The World Meeting of Families in Ireland this August will feature workshops on hot-button issues facing Catholic families, including protecting children from clergy sexual abuse, weathering divorce, and ministering to Catholics who are lesbian and gay. Organizers have unveiled the program, and it includes some surprising entries. Perhaps none is more surprising than the inclusion of Father James Martin, an American Jesuit, scheduled to deliver a presentation on welcoming Catholics who are gay into the church. Vatican correspondent Juliet Linley joins us from Rome with more on the upcoming World Meeting of Families. Juliet, can you tell us more about Father Martin and what he will be speaking about?
White, according to the official schedule, Father James Martin's talk is entitled, quote, "Showing Welcome and Respect in Our Parishes for LGBTQ People and Their Families." Now, Martin is the author of Building a Bridge. It's a book about Catholic outreach to the gay community, and he calls for the Church to better accompany Catholics who identify as gay. Now, the Church has always reached out to different groups in the fold, including gays and lesbians. That's not new. There's nothing new or controversial there. What is controversial, Wyatt, about Father Martin is that he seems to blur the Church's teaching on homosexuality and his support for gays and lesbians. Now, that teaching says that homosexual activity is disordered and sinful, but the Catechism also says the gay community must be accepted with respect, compassion, and sensitivity, and not be discriminated against.
And of course, Father Martin's speech is just one of many talks during the 5-day event. Can you give us some of the other highlights?
Of course. So the meeting will focus on key issues taken from the Holy Father's document, The Joy of Love. And those topics include the impact of technology on the family, how to find time to pray in the digital age, women in leadership, and helping raise families out of poverty. So there's a broad spectrum of topics being covered, while speakers like Bishop Robert Barron of Los Angeles will talk, Father Leo Patalingha, who hosts a cooking show on EWTN, as well as cardinals and lay Catholics from around the world. Now, the goal is to help Catholic families live out their faith and deal with all the problems and suffering that life can present.
Juliet, I understand the Holy Father will also take part.
That's absolutely right, Wyatt. Pope Francis will join the meeting for the last 2 days, and he'll also preside over the final Mass in Dublin. Now, that's expected to draw hundreds of thousands. As you will remember, the Pope took part in the last World Meeting of Families that was in Philadelphia in 2015 during his trip to the United States, and he delighted the crowds with an off-the-cuff talk on family life. You might remember the Holy Father highlighted the divine nature of the family, but he also talked about the difficulties. He joked, saying that he knows that sometimes plates can fly in a household, but he added that we overcome those difficulties with the light of the resurrection and with hope and with love.
And of course, so many want to hear what the Pope has to say in the upcoming World Meeting of Families as well, so we'll be watching. Juliet Linley, EWTN News Nightly Vatican correspondent. Thanks so much.
Thank you, Wyatt.